We are here this week. It is May 6th. Wow, it's the beginning of May. It's feeling good outside. We're here with Christy. Enjoying the beautiful day. It's beautiful here in Texas. I don't know what it's like up in Ohio, but Texas is beautiful. It's actually a little chilly today. I was actually surprised about that. Um, but what's new with you, Christy? Anything? You got something
Yeah.
going on?
No, just enjoying the sun. We got sunshine in Ohio, so that's not always not always the case, but it is today. So hey,
Yeah,
we'll take it. So
that's
good.
awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Sweet. Well, what do we want to talk about today? What do we want to our listeners to hear? What do you got for us?
I actually have been thinking a lot about culture
Okay.
because okay, so how many jobs would you say that you've had approximately? How many jobs do you
Um,
think you've had in your how old are you? 26 years?
26 years. I've worked started working when I was 14, so that's 12 years. So 12 years, I think I've probably had, oh man, I want to say probably eight. It's probably eight, probably
Yeah,
around
that's a
there.
lot.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
that is a lot. So,
We were sitting around the dinner table last night, and it was my youngest son, Asher, his birthday, and we were talking about jobs and job changes and all this. And so we started asking the question, like, have you had more than 15 jobs? So, like, we were going around the table, like, have you had more than 15 jobs? And did not count, but I was like, I think that I have had over 15 jobs in my life.
that's
Just boom, boom,
crazy.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're drawn to particular businesses and organization based on what? Based on their culture.
Mm.
And so I've been thinking a lot about culture because we know, clearly when we have high employee turnover, like probably not the greatest culture. There's probably some toxicity going on in culture, right?
Yeah. Yeah. For
So
sure.
thinking about, yeah, like culture, like what cultures are you drawn to? I know for me, my first job was at 14 at
Chick fil A.
Chick-fil-A. Yes, as was
Same
yours, right?
thing. Yes. Yeah. Yep. We've
Yeah.
had the same. We started off strong the same way, Christy.
Yes, we
Chick fil
did. What'd you do
A.
at Chick-fil-A?
I was the grunt person for sure. Just
So are you
throwing
taking it
ice
like
and yeah.
marinating the chicken breasts and the little egg
No,
wash?
I was not able to be in the kitchen. Um, it was like getting ice, refilling drinks. I couldn't. I mean, obviously you have to talk to people, but like I wasn't able to be at the register. At that time you had like you could only be there for 3 hours at a time every day with how young I
Mm,
was. So that
yeah.
was like super. Uh, just yeah. So I couldn't learn much of anything, but yeah, I mean, that I would say majority for me in the last 12 years, I have been in the food industry. Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, several waiter
Mm,
jobs. So yeah, a lot of customer service in there, and that type of thing. So yeah.
yeah. So out of all that grand experience that you've had,
Yeah. So
like
many years.
so many years. So many years. So what are some pointers that you would look for that are like this is a toxic culture? Like when you're thinking of the 9 jobs that you've had, what are some toxicities that stood out to you that really repelled you about culture? Can you think of anything?
Yeah, I can definitely think about many times depending on I mean, I think even it was something that I have learned like when you work with people, it gets hard. I mean, that's just, even my grandpa was talking to me about it yesterday. I asked him, he's what 70 no 80 83, and I was like, what have you learned in all your years? And he was like, working with people is hard you know um so
It's
like
messy.
yeah, very messy, compared to like working on a machine. You don't have to. you don't have them talking back to you type of thing, or whatever. So I would say, like, depending on the person, specifically in the food industry, like, depending on the type of personality, whether passive or aggressive, type of managers you have, or general managers you have, really can kind of set the bar, or set the how things trickle down, to
Mhm.
everybody else. And so, yeah, I've had both. I've had very aggressive, like, in your face, like, hey, you need to fix this, or passive aggressive. Those are always the worst,
Yes.
just like, just tell me what you mean. Like, I can take it, and then you have the people that don't tell you anything, and that's never easy either. So you just have to figure it out yourself. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think I've learned a lot of, like, obviously both, like, good and bad. Like, this is what I would do, but yeah, hopefully that, I don't know if that really answers your question. It's more of a broad thing
Yeah,
for
well, I
me.
think like one thing that stood out to me, you were talking about communication styles, and I think
Yep.
when we look at, the worst the worst thing that you can do for a culture, which is poor communication, whether it's
Mm,
aggressive, I think you're right. Passive aggressive can be super challenging because a lot of times when you ask the person or confront the person, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm just joking,"
yeah.
and as you try to resolve it, there's no admittance of there's no ownership or agency, and so you can't problem solve it because there's not any ownership. And so that passive aggressive, I think, can be some of the most
Yeah.
toxic
I
patterns.
Yeah, I agree. And I think what tends to trickle down is people have no idea, like, regular workers have no idea, new people have no idea. We're walking on eggshells, oh, the boss is in, like, all that type of
Mhm.
stuff, instead of just, like, I feel like, and you probably know this more than me, but, like, a clear culture, or a good, healthy culture, is like just clear, concise communication. Like, everybody knows their job descriptions. This is what you do. This is what you don't do. Like, and sometimes, yeah, obviously people can get offended by that, with just being straightforward, but a healthier culture needs that, and having a few people that might get, like, offended or hurt by how, just straightforward you are, rather than someone that's passive aggressive, and then everybody's like, well, I don't really know what to do. I have to go off mood swings, instead of, like,
Yeah.
this is on paper what I'm supposed to do. So I feel like that
Yeah.
really affects the culture a lot. Yeah. So
Yeah, because not only do we have this person like flipping off, all over, but then we have all these people like trying to figure it out. So that does make
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would ask you the same. Like, what's something for you, like, or not naming names, obviously, but, like, what's your craziest, like, type of culture that you've seen? Because I know that you go around and you see, you help businesses and you teach businesses, staff management and all that kind of stuff, processes, and, just help staff with mindsets and that type of stuff. So, what's kind of some crazy things you've seen in your years? Like, what's the wildest culture? What was happening? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I think you hit it with the communication. Like one
Mm,
of the things that kills a culture is communication in general. But one, when there's a lot of talking about other employees when other employees aren't
mm.
around. And I'll tell you one of the things that oh, it's like nails on a chalkboard is when a manager or owner is talking about another employee with an employee. Like
Oh, wow. Mm,
because trust, and I've seen that, and so you just automatically
yeah.
go, "Oh, what are they saying about me? What are they saying about Connor?" But
Mm,
trust just, I mean, it just breaks apart. And
yeah.
the two big qualities every team needs is trust and respect.
Mm,
So I will tell teams like you don't need to like each other. Like that's really not on the board. You're here to
mm,
work together. You do have to trust and respect each other. but you don't have to like this person. Like, you don't have to be friends. You don't have to hang out. You don't have to eat lunch together. Like, all you have to do is work together, trust and respect each other. So I think that is such a huge
Mm,
cancer. Anytime there's that passive aggressive behavior of
yeah.
employees coming together and talking about other employees, that kind of thing. But when a manager comes in with that, which
Mm,
I've seen more than you would think, honestly,
yeah. Yeah,
that
I would
is
agree.
really toxic. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, it like there's no honor, and I feel like with what you're saying, honor is such a big thing with culture. How
yes,
can you create or sustain or um, you know you want to see your company or your business grow exponentially and continue to grow, and the only way you have people that stay for 20 plus years is
yes,
or one of the reasons that is very obviously money is a big thing, but having a healthy culture and honor, it will have people stay 20 plus years in a business, you know,
yeah,
um, if they know that they, like you're saying, they can trust you, that you
yes.
won't be the one that goes around and talks about them and what they're
Mhm.
not doing or what irritates them, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's really good. I love that.
Yeah.
That's really, really good.
Yeah. So, one of the memes I've been putting out these tips on Wednesdays to really help people with their culture and to think through their culture. And like today was like, um, what you allow, you create. So I
Mm,
always tell business owners like what you tolerate in your culture, and you're like, oh, just let that slide. I don't feel like having a conversation now. I'm
mm,
tired, whatever it is. Okay, like what you allow, you're going to create in your culture. It's just going to be
mm.
there. So we have to be those barriers to be like, no, we're not going to
Yeah.
allow that because we don't want that to be the culture and the norm here. So there's a lot. There's a lot that goes into culture to maintain a good culture, and accountability is probably the hugest one, right?
Yeah, that's
So,
good. Yeah. Yeah. And when there's a lack of accountability, even within management, like you're saying,
yes.
just there's no accountability. It's hard to, have a lasting culture. No, that's really good. I love it. I love it, Christy.
Awesome.
That's so good.
So
Well,
fun. So fun to talk
yes,
about.
absolutely. Well, yeah, guys, think about your culture. What are you guys creating? What are you guys letting in? What are you allowing? Because that will dominate your culture. So we love you guys. We'll see you next week. Have a good
Mhm.
one.